So this is your teacher Sir Haris Bhatt, and you are seeing my YouTube channel Learn Accounting with Sir Haris. Today we are going to solve the question of from O-level accounting 7707 cash book, a question of cash book, and this has come in October November 23. So Shakir started trading in the year ending 31st August 2023, but did not keep proper books of account. His assets and liabilities at 1st September 2023 are as follows: motor vehicle inventory, cash at bank, trade payable. There are two trade payables, Latif and Harrison. You can add it up both to write the amount of trade payables. And this question has come in October, November 23, right? So you have to prepare the journal for Shakir's opening entries at 1st September. A narrative is not required. So you need to pass the opening inventory. Although this does not relate with the cash book question, but actually this is just a journal entry which you need to pass to find the amount of capital. If you just look at the accounting equation, what is the accounting equation? Assets is equal to capital plus liability. So if capital is missing, we can find the missing figure. We know, because we know that all assets are going to be debited and all liabilities are going to be credited along with capital, because capital is also credit. So motor vehicle is debited by 9,500. Let me do that over here. I will debit motor vehicle with 9,500. We need to prepare the cash book later on. Then inventory is 1240. Let me write it down. Inventory. It is also asset. So obviously it is going to be debit. 1240. Then I think cash at bank is given 1682. That is also going to be debited. It is also an asset. So it is debit. What is the amount? Let me check again. 1682. 1682. Right? Then we have to give a credit to capital, which is the balancing figure, because we don't know that, and the trade payables, they are given, and we can write both names, or we can write it with the name trade payables together. So we can add it up. It will become 200 plus 237, 437. That's the right answer. So I will write 437, and I will go for the total of the debit side, and I will subtract 437 from the total of the debit side to find the amount of capital. So this is how we pass this journal entry, that assets are going to be debit. This is known as compound entry because we are going to involve 5 accounts in that. That's true. But still the both two sides of the entry is equal. And how it is equal? That assets equal to capital plus liabilities. All assets are debited minus trade payables. We'll get the amount of capital on the credit side. Yes. 724. That is the total. So 9,500 plus 1240 plus 1682 minus 437. 11985. So this is the amount of capital we have calculated. 9,500 plus 1240 plus 1682 minus 437 will get the amount of capital 11985. I hope you got the point. It's quite easy. Now, the examiner has asked you to state 2 advantages of maintaining double entry records. We'll be able to find the profit or loss, whatever the business has earned during the whole year. We will be able to find the progress of the business. We can evaluate the performance of the business by maintaining double entry records. Then, by maintaining double entry records, we can extract a trial balance. We can prepare financial statements, right? Then this is used. Double entry records are used by the managers or accountants or owners for the valuation of the performance of the business. Then it shows the arithmetic accuracy of the double entry record bookkeeping, that we have maintained the record of our business, which can be seen by the customers also, by the investors also, who can rely on our accounts, that business is basically has developed proper set of books of accounts. So these are the 2 advantages of maintaining double entry records. You can find profit, you can extract a trial balance. Investors' confidence will increase because you are showing your profit and loss and how it has been derived. We can evaluate the progress of the business, the performance of the business. So these things you can write it down easily. Next is the cash book, and this is the 3-column cash book we are going to prepare. So I have already done that, but I didn't write the balance yet. So let's discuss that. The balance given is cash at bank is given, and that is how much? 1682. And that is debit balance. So I will write over here, brought down. And I will write the balance 1682 of cash at bank, because that is the balance at bank. And the date is going to be 1st September 2023. Right? Let me see, either cash balance is given. It's not there. Cash balance is not there. Okay. So cash at bank, I think started business. Okay. So brought down 1st September. This is the month of September and the date is 1st September. We can write September over here on both sides, over here and then over here. Because we are preparing the cash book for the month of September, that's why. The brought down is an asset, 1682 I have written. Now let's go for the entries. The first entry regarding the cash book is paid rent by credit transfer. By credit transfer means that you have paid the rent through bank, because credit transfer means that the payment has been done online. So rent is going to be debited and bank is going to be credited. So rent debit and bank credit. So on September 2, bank is going to be credited. So I will write over here. I will write the amount in the bank column. Bank is going to be credited by 420 because of rent. So the reference will come with the name rent account, or because of rent, the bank is going to be credited by 420. So paid rent 420 by credit transfer, bank is credited by 420 because of rent or with reference to rent. Okay. Let's move forward for the next entry. Withdrew cash 350 from the bank for business use. It is not drawings. Drawings are basically the amount withdrawn by the owner for his personal use. That is called drawings. And drawings are always debited and cash is credited. This is withdrew cash from the bank for business use. So cash is basically, asset of cash is increasing and asset of bank is decreasing by 350. So the entry is going to be cash debit by 350 and bank credit by 350. This is known as contra entry. Just wanted to explain you the contra entry also. Contra entry is an entry which affects both sides of the cash book. Contra entry is an entry which comes on both sides of the cash book. It will come also on the debit side. It will come also on the credit side. So contra entry is an entry which affects both sides of the cash book because it involves cash and bank both. So cash is going to be debited. So I will write the amount in the cash column 350 because of bank. And bank is going to be credited by 350 because of cash on the same date. Although it comes on the both sides, but it will be the entry on the same date, which is September 4. So I will write 4 over here. I will write 4 over here also. Still, there is no entry regarding the discount up till now. There is no entry regarding discount up till now. I have discussed that there are two types of discount. It is written here. Trade discount is a discount which is not shown anywhere in the books. It is subtracted from the total amount and will not be shown because it is given on list price because of bulk buying or to loyal customer. So we don't show trade discount anywhere else. Rather, it is subtracted from the total. Cash discount is given at the time of payment and it is shown in the books, and that is given because of early payment or prompt payment. And it is recorded in the books. So there are two types of cash discount: discount allowed, which is an expense for the business, and discount received, which is an income for the business. So that is why this debit column of discount is known as discount allowed as an expense, and credit column is known as discount received as an income. So let's move forward. 7th September, paid Latif 194 by telephone transfer in full settlement of the amount owing at 1st September 2023. So whatever amount we are supposed to pay on 1st September, we are making the payment by telephone transfer. It means that we are making the payment by bank, and the amount paid by the bank through bank is 194 on 1st September. So let's see that what is the amount which is supposed to be paid on 1st September. That is paid Latif. So what amount is supposed to be paid to Latif on 1st September? That is 200. So we are supposed to pay 200 to Latif. We have to go back to see that what amount is supposed to be paid to Latif. And we are making the payment how much? 194. It means that we are receiving discount. So I'm passing the entry just to make you understand the concept. The thief will be debited by 200 because the thief is no more my trade payable. Bank asset of bank is decreasing by 194 because we are making the payment of 194 to him. And the remaining amount of 6 is basically our discount received, which is an income for the business. So it is also credited. Always remember, wherever the bank is written or cash is written, discount will also be written on the same side. If bank or cash is debited, discount will be debited. If bank or cash is credited, discount will be credited. But if it is credited, it is discount received, which is an income. I mean, if it is debited, it is discount allowed, which is an expense. So bank is credited by 194, right over here. Discount received is credited by 6. And the amount comes over here is the name of Latif will come of the opposite side, and the date of payment of Latif, which we are making the payment to Latif, is on 7th. So we have paid on 7th 194 out of 200. So 200 we have received the discount because we are not required to pay 6 because we are making the payment to Latif maybe earlier than the usual time. That's why we are receiving $6 discount. We are getting benefit of 6. The discount received column is credited, bank is credited, and the name will come of the opposite side, which is the thief. Next, sold goods on credit 195 to Sydney. Entry will be Sydney debit and sales credit. This will not come in cash book because this entry does not involve cash and bank. So it will not come in cash book because there is Sydney debit and sales credit. There is no cash or bank involved in this transaction. 12. Paid 161 cash for wages. So wages is going to be debited on 12 and cash is going to be credited. So cash is going to be credited in the cash column 161 and wages is going to be because of the wages. Remember this because we have taken some amount from the bank and we have put it in the cash 350. That's why we are able to make the payment of wages. Otherwise, we don't have any balance available in cash in the past. So thank God that we have some amount in the cash to pay for wages. Cash sales 290 was paid directly into the bank account. So the entry will be bank debit and sales credit on 17th because we have paid it directly into the bank. So on 17th, bank is going to be debited. I will write in the bank column 290. Bank is debited by 290 because of sales. If you want to pass the entry, you can bank debit and sales credit. Actually, what happened that you have received the amount, first of all, cash sales, cash debit and sales credit, and then you have put it into the bank. So bank debit and cash credit, but you can go for the combined entry. Cash sales 290 were paid directly into the bank. So you can pass the entry bank debit and sales credit. So bank is going to be debited by 290 because of sales with reference to sales on 17th September. Okay. Right. So it's quite easy. Cash book is quite easy. Received a check 100 from Sydney. So you have received a check 100 from Sydney. Now it will come bank debit and Sydney credit on 28th. So bank is going to be debited on 28th by 100 because we have received the amount of 100 from Sydney. So bank column is going to be debited by 100 because of Sydney. So I will write the name Sydney on 28th with reference to Sydney. Paid 95 to Harrison by electronic transfer, having deducting $5 cash discount from the amount due. Right? So 25 we have paid to Harrison. Let's see that what amount we are supposed to pay to Harrison. That is 237. But out of that, we are not paying the whole amount. We are paying 95 by electronics transfer having deducted $5 cash discount from the amount due. It means that $5 has already been deducted from the total amount, which is 100. Out of 100, we are making the payment 95 and 5 basically is discount received. So I will pass the same entry. Harrison, if you want to pass the entry, otherwise it's fine. Harrison is going to be debit by 100. Bank, because it is electronic transfer, so it means that we are making the payment to bank. Again, discount received is going to be credited by 5. Remember this, that it is possible that we need to credit, discount can be debited also, but that will be debited only when we are receiving the amount from the customer. Then bank is going to be debited, discount allowed will be debited, and trade receivable is going to be credited. But here on 29, the name will come of the Harrison and bank will be credited by 95. Discount received is going to be credited by 5. So this is how we have passed the entry. Bank is credited by bank is credited by 95, 5 for dollar sign, and the discount received column I will write. Now I will go for the total of the cash book to make the two sides equal and to find the balance carried down. Always remember that discount allowed and discount received column are two different columns. We don't need to balance them. So the total of the discount received column is going to be 11. That's it. And here in the discount allowed column, it could have been possible, but here it is currently nil. So the total of the cash column is 350. Here it will again be 350, and here, because on 30th September is the last day of the month, is carried down. 350 minus 161, how much it is? Total of the debit side is 350 minus 161. 189 is going to be the carried down. Now I will go for the total of the bank. Again, the debit side is heavier. Please get the total. 1682 plus 290 plus 100. 2072. I will write the same total on the credit side, 2072, and I will subtract the credit side from 2072, and means 2072 minus 420 minus 350 minus 194 minus 95. You will get the carried down balance of the bank. Again, both are debit balance, but we can have an overdraft balance of the bank. 1013. We can have an overdraft balance at the bank, means that brought down can come on the credit side also. It is a possibility, but only for the bank, because you can overdraw your account from the bank, but either cash cannot have a negative balance, because either you have cash or you don't have cash. So you can never have a negative balance of cash, Alize. You will always have a positive balance of cash, but bank overdraft can be a possibility. So this is how we have prepared the cash book of October, November 23 variant. If you have any question, you can ask me any problem. It's quite easy. In this question, we were not having any entry regarding discount allowed. But if it would have been there, the entry will be bank debit, discount allowed debit, right? And trade receivable is going to be credit. I don't know the name, but name would have been given, whatever the name will be. Then we'll pass the entry. So it is easy. Discount allowed is an expense always debit. And always remember that wherever we are going to write the cash or bank, discount will always be on the same side. If cash or bank is debited, discount allowed will be debited. If cash or bank is credited, discount received will be credited. Let's move forward. So this part is basically from the bank reconciliation statement. So currently we are not able to solve that. And in BRS, we definitely solve that first to make you understand the concept. So next question. Syra is a trader. The following transaction took place in January. This has come in February, March 23, 22. February, March 23 is basically igcse, and 22 variant is basically our variant. So February, March 23 it has come, and let's discuss that. Rent received was paid direct into the bank. So the entry is going to be bank debit, and rent income is going to be credited. Bank debit and rent income is going to be credited. So this is the question which we are going to solve. I think that the balance must have been given. Yes, it is already given. Brought down balances. 110 is for the cash, and for the bank is 713. Okay. So you will solve this question, but I will be able to understand you 1 or 2 points which are a little difficult in this question to make you understand. See. Paid 194 to David by electronic transfer, having deducting 3% cash discount from the amount due. Same thing is written over here. Paid 343 to Jay by telephone transfer, having deducting 2% cash discount from the amount due. This particular concept has never come in O levels, but in May, June 2024-22, this concept has come in May, June, right? And what is the concept? What is the concept? That paid 343 to Jay by telephone transfer, having deducting 2% cash discount from the amount due. It means this 343 is the amount which we have paid through bank, and this amount is we are paying this amount after subtracting 2%. It means that 343 is equal to 98% of the which is supposed to be paid. I repeat again, this 343 we are making the payment after deducting 2% cash discount. It means this 343 is equal to 98% because 2% has been subtracted of the amount due. This is 98% of the amount due. Okay. So amount due should have been 343 divided by 98%, which is 0.98. Because 98% means 98 over 100 becomes 0.98. So what amount will come? 350. So the amount is basically 350, right? So it means that we are making the payment to J, and what entry we should have been passed J debit 350, which is the full amount paid, but we are making how much payment? 343, and the remaining amount is basically discount receipt of payment. So now you can post this entry in the cash book, otherwise it will become very difficult to understand. Same is the case with the entry point number 17.